Hello, this is Angela with CurlyCoilyTresses. I have a new tutorial for you today. Today's tutorial will feature all of the necessary steps to achieve this finished style using perm rods. So I start out with the Nita Grant Bouncy Shampoo Bar. Then I use Nourish Treatment as my deep conditioning treatment. I use this to detangle and then followed by separating and clipping the hair. Then once I'm out of the shower, I'm ready to install the perm rods, sit under the dryer for about 4 hours. Took a little bit longer than what my hair normally takes to dry. And then I remove the perm rods and I separate the curls left in style. So stay tuned for all of the steps you need to achieve this finished style. Curls came out quite good. They're quite full. So very pleased with the outcome. Thanks so much. Stay tuned. Well, I've just exited the shower. My hair has been cleansed, conditioned, detangled, sectioned, and clipped. I'm ready for the perm rod insertion now. Now when I detangle, I start with my fingers first. I make sure my hair is completely saturated with water and it has the conditioner on it. And then I start finger detangling from the ends, working my way up to the roots. And then once I've finished finger detangling with that section, then I use a detangling comb. Again, starting at the ends, working my way up to the roots. If you start at the roots and work your way down, you're going to tighten any tangles that may form. If you start at the ends and work your way up, you can loosen those tangles before they become too tight. And then you can move to the next section. And again, after I've detangled each section, I do clip it and get it out of the way so it doesn't interfere with the next section that's happening. So I have finished installing most of the perm rods, but I've saved the last few to do on camera. So this hair is feeling a little dry, so I'm going to add some water to it. And I'm going in for the part. I'll repart that. Put the rest of the hair out of the way. Comb through and make sure it's free of tangles. And then I like to smooth those ends. Grab our squalene oil. And we are ready to roll. So I start with my hair closest to the end where the band is. And we're going to roll a few times to get it started, and then we spiral the rest of the way up. We pop the cap into the end. So let's do that again. We're going to smooth through it to make sure we've got it good and tangle free. Do an extra smooth on the end. Grab our squalene oil. I'm going to put a little bit more water in at that root. And we're ready to start rolling. So we start with the hair on the edge nearest the band. We start rolling it, and then we want to spiral the rest of the way. And we snap the cap in, and we're all set. So we do a nice part, pin the hair up and out of the way. Smooth through, extra on the ends, add our squalene oil, grab the perm rod, start on the end, roll a few times, and then we spiral the rest of the way. Thank you. more time, making sure we're tangle free. Extra smoothing for the ends. Grab our squalene oil. Grab our perm rod. Start there. Spiral it the rest of the way up. I start removing the perm rods gently by just opening up and then gently unrolling. And you want to pay attention to the spring in the curl to know that your hair is truly dry. So again, just pop it open and unroll, looking for that spring. So now I'm ready to separate the curls. Some people use oil on their fingers to do this process. I don't, but you can. So I just start with the curl and I am just gently separating it. I look for where it breaks naturally and I do it gently so as not to create frizz. And the more separating you do on the curls, the fuller the overall look will be. And then of course, if you don't separate as many times, it will be less full. But again, I'm just gently sliding my thumb and my index finger down the length of the curl, looking and feeling for where it normally separates. And then I move to the next curl once I'm finished separating. Again, just sliding down the full length of the curl, looking for where it normally separates, where it naturally separates, and using that as my break point. Again, if you're too rough in this phase, you will wind up with some amount of frizz. And you really don't want that because you've worked so hard to get to this point. So now that I'm at the end of separating of the curls, this is where I use my pick to help get additional fullness, and this also helps to break up the part lines. So I am just sliding this in at the root and gently shaking to help break up those parts and to get additional fullness. Again, just working my way through my entire head of hair. We are lifting and separating.